The world is coming to an end. It's the apocalypse. Hurricane disasters in Jamaica. Mother being stabbed in Jamaica, Queens, by son. Dad being his throat being slashed, stepfather, whatnot. 8-year-old dead child. The world is upside down. New York City, the United States of America, celebrating 4th of July. D. Mwango, where are you? D. Mwango is in New York City in the 4th of July. Jamaica has turned upside down by Hurricane Beryl. You know, right there as she is walking down the streets of Harlem, enjoying herself. I am in the United States of America. I am in New York City, the capital of America. I'm sorry. I am in the capital of New America, capital of New York. No! Capital of New York is Albany, capital of America is Washington. And of course, there was other issues about D. Mwango, her complete oblivion of coming to America, doing the celebration of 4th of July, completely ignorant of it. I mean, really? Like, oh, fireworks? And I think maybe that was after the fact, you know, that she comes and talks about mere fireworks, not really being aware of her environment. And, then I found out about the blunder this morning from A.M. Carroll, the blunder with where she is, whether she's in New York or New Jersey. So apparently she explains it. But she is still acting like clueless. Completely. Have you guys ever clueless? Anyways, so she made the error of not knowing whether she's in New York or New Jersey. Apparently, she was in Times Square her first day. She was on 42nd Street, you know, her first day in Times Square, New York. But then she said she moved. The hotel she was staying at, which is the DoubleTree, it's affordable, guys. It's affordable, so it's not like up the class hotel. It's an affordable hotel, especially if she booked it ahead of time during the season. Okay, so she says she then moved to Newark. Well, not Newark, because Newark is a city in New Jersey. It's not the capital. Okay, so it's a city it has a lot in it. A lot of people tend to go to Newark to shop because you don't have to pay taxes on clothing. I lived in Newark because my dad, that was his portal of entry. And therefore that was my portal of entry from Haiti, was in Newark, New Jersey. I don't know if she was in Newark, New Jersey. I couldn't tell because she had like a wall behind her. It was like houses that are like side by side, almost like townhouse type style probably that she's living in. Or somebody probably, gave her some kind of what is it, that the Airbnb in there. So she says she's in New Jersey. I believe her that she is in New Jersey. Her that day that she had her live. Okay, I do believe that because it's really easy to get to New Jersey. Apparently, she has subscribers who are linking up with her, people who are driving her around. So I don't think she's paying the heavy, because she comes like, oh, my ride is coming. And I was thinking to myself, hello? Ride in New York City? Like, as if you have your own chauffeur? I'm like, only the stars do that. But then again, D. Mwango thinks she's a superstar. Even though in New York, it's like, nobody's like, oh my God, it's D. Mwango! No, that doesn't happen. She is not a superstar. I mean, really. I mean, YouTube hasn't gotten to that point yet, okay? And anyways, even Odomaya, I don't think he got that much of an acclamation when he was in New York City, because again, YouTube were normal people. We're normal people. Some people tend to forget that, and the superstars are rich, okay? They are super rich, super rich. So anyways, yeah, so there are a few things that I do need to put up. A.M. Carroll brought up a good point about the mixture in the city and confusion. of where she's at, the mixture of cities and
Things I
states
don't just
and where she's
announce it,
at.
because when you're processing good things, you have to keep quiet until when it's at hand. Just the way I was processing my US visa. So soon, okay? New Jersey, Oba Abraham. Wow, how you doing? Actually, where I am right now, actually I'm not in New York, okay? I'm in actually New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey. New Jersey is in New York, or which is which? I don't know. Let me know. So actually, I moved from Manhattan to New Jersey right now, where we are. It's a new location right now. So I don't know where exactly you are. Okay. So just let me know. So today was such a great day. Guess what? I went to Harlem by myself.
Yes, New Jersey is a state. New York is a state, but New York is also a city. Okay, because you could say you're in New York, New York. That means you are in the island of Manhattan. New York is Manhattan because New York City has boroughs. So you have Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. Okay, so you have these the five boroughs, and I think the third one might be Staten Island. Okay, so New York, okay, has its five boroughs, but then you have the tri-state area because she is within, if you're in New York, you're within the tri-state area. Not necessarily. If you're upstate New York, you might be far from the tri-state area. But she's in the tri-state area. That's where I grew up within the tri-state area. You have New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. All right. These are the tri-state area. So now when you are in the city, it's really, really easy to get to New Jersey. You just get the PATH train from Times Square, and it can bring you to New Jersey within 15 minutes, the PATH train. All right. She can also get it from the former, because when 9/11 happened here, I was already in Florida. So I knew the World Trade Center. The World Trade Center was like a major area to get I preferred to get the PATH train from the World Trade Center. Right now, I haven't been to, I was in New York and I roughly saw the new buildings, but I didn't really get it because when I lived in Newark, New Jersey, okay, I was in the city every single weekend. So I was accustomed to it. So I didn't get accustomed to this new thing that they built, okay, to replace the World Trade Center. But there was a World Trade Center where you could catch the PATH train going to New Jersey. Okay, and it's really easy to do. I haven't seen her taking public transportation. I guess she's scared. But New Yorkers, all right, public transportation is like life. When it comes to the train, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. You take the train to go to work. All right, rarely do New Yorkers drive. I mean, who wants to drive in that havoc, okay, of traffic jams? Nobody wants to drive there. You'll never get to work on time. It's much better to just go on the train to get to work. So I hope I clarified for those who are not from the US or who are not from the tri-state area, the situation. It was I guess it's easy to get confused, especially there is because there's the Manhattan, which is New York. Okay, so Manhattan is called New York. That's like the other name for it. So that's why if you're in Manhattan, they say you're in New York, New York. They don't usually say Manhattan, New York. They say New York, New York. All right. And then there's a city that has almost a homophone to New York, which is Newark, and that's in New Jersey, which is a different state. Okay. But because those three states are so close, they call them the tri-state area. Now, the other blunder.
Do you make sure you go to the Statue of Liberty? Yes. I saw there's a boat that you can take actually to see it closely, but yeah, I think I need a picture from the Statue of Liberty. It's really important. It will not be really okay if I leave without checking out the Statue of Liberty in New York. I need to check it out, definitely. So, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, Yvonne Cummings, maybe if we meet tomorrow, maybe we can go and check it out. But that again is not just enough content for me because I love, guys, the type of videos that I make. Like, I love checking out different places in one. So, Maybe I'll just pass by to take a picture and just to show you just like, 5 minutes of the statue or the location, or that is it. Okay, I love busy places. I can't just go and create a 1 hour video at the statue and call it a video. No, no. I'll have to mix it with something. Okay, but for sure, your wish is my command. I'll go.
Okay, this is a huge blunder because Dia is trying to show off here, okay? Oh, if I go to Ellis Island to go to the Statue of Liberty, I'm only gonna be there for like 5 minutes because I cannot shoot a whole day a video on the Statue of Liberty. Just for 5 minutes, it would be nice to take a picture. Hello, Mwango. First of all, your Black history, the importance of Ellis Island, okay, for Blacks, for immigrants, and so many of us, okay? The importance of Ellis Island, number one. Number two, Mwango, is that you have to catch a ferry, which probably will take you quite a while to get the ferry in the first place, and then to get to the island. Okay, so you don't go to Ellis Island for 5 minutes to shoot a video. You're gonna take the entire day. So I think you're completely not into your mindset and of that. Yes, you are in the United States. It's not just a big deal to be in the United States. You have to consume it and to show your viewers what it is like for you. Well, I think I have a very good impression. You don't seem to care that you're in the United States. I think it's gonna dawn on you afterwards. Like somebody, like when they get a cut and they get into an accident, they break an ankle or a leg. During the time that the accident happened, you don't feel it. You feel it the next day, and I think that's what Dee is gonna wake up to, because she meets this. I mean, everybody she meets, it's almost like when it matters to her, that's when she butts in. The Jamaica thing. Oh, I hope all is well. All of this thing is happening in Kenya. Nothing mattered to her about what was happening in Kenya until somebody mentioned Z generation. That gives her the chance to say, "Oh, I'm young. I'm Z generation. I was born between 1997 and 2012." And that's when, I'm in there. D, I didn't see you protesting. I didn't see you saying anything. Miss Trudy came out here and cried over what's happening, but you never did anything. And it is the first time you are even acknowledging the Z generation riot, okay? Or protest that went in Kenya, because all of a sudden it made you look important. So you are in New York, but since New York is not making you look important, you're not realizing that until you get to another country and then you realize everything that's around you that you're missing out on.
I'm here for Kenya, I'm here for my people, I'm here for your rights.
And so she tries to make friends with a random New Yorker. The whole point about, so-and-so is negative. I think you need to stop focusing. I mean, you must be negative too, to be focusing so much on who's negative, who's positive, or whatnot. Just focus on your time, what's around you, the people. Learn people. It's not enough to just say, I like people, or, you don't buy people with like money or whatnot. Everybody saying you're generous, your brother saying you're generous. Oh no, it doesn't happen like that. You need to learn to appreciate people for who they are. Your brother has issues, but I must tell you, your brother actually is a pretty much of a people's person. And that's why, they're telling you, like, about a Jamaica uncle. Oh, he's my brother's friend. But you should be able to also make good friends, okay? Where in the various places you travel, is it just for saying that I went to so-and-so such a place, or is it to meet people? It appears to me that you're just in America to say that you came to America, to show off that, I'm international. It doesn't appear to me that you came to America to know about Americans or to give importance to Americans, to their history, to who they are. You don't even know what's going on around you. You don't even know what America is celebrating. You are so unaware that a Jamaican mother lost her 8-year-old son right there in Jamaica in New York. Okay, you didn't even know that. Right there, just a few days ago. So much is happening behind you, but yet you're so self consuming. You're not even really consuming your environment. You're not showing that you are an extroverted person as you enter this huge, complex, melting pot of New York City. Okay, and within you the reach of New Jersey, because yes, New Jersey has more high pop.
Nice. I just came from Jamaica for my birthday.
Oh, wow.
I'm out the country.
Where?
Montego Bay.
Hey, Montego Bay is beautiful.
It's
I just
so
came
nice.
from there as well to the to America. Yeah,
Wow.
it's nice.
So Kenya.
Yeah, how did you find Jamaica for me?
Well, my ex-boyfriend's Jamaican.
Oh.
And so it was a trip for me just to embrace and experience the culture more. I loved it.
I love the hairstyle. What really made you to decide to have that hairstyle? Because this hairstyle is so popular back home. I used to have it myself. Like, I think last year, my hair was short, just like yours.
Honestly, I feel the most beautiful.
Yeah, that's
I feel the absolute most beautiful.
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters, and they have a head full of hair, so I just let them pick the hairstyle, get the hair. I miss my braids.
Yeah, the braids. I love
Your hair
braids
looks
too.
really beautiful.
Yeah. Keeping it simple and
But it's
nice.
very good.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Wow.
Yes, got some food. My 15-year-old daughter's home.
Oh, wow.
5-year-old daughter's just
And how old are you? You look really young, and you said my 15-year-old. Okay, what?
I'm 34.
Oh, but you don't really look like 30.
Yeah.
You look like 20 years little.
I mind my business. I drink my water. I eat my
And stay
food.
out of people's business. New Jersey has more like high populated cities in Connecticut. So forget about Connecticut. Connecticut is more like an old upstate, and you did talk about the old buildings. Yes, I do need to make mention. Yes, I'm glad that you noticed, because New York, I actually, that entire area, New York, the entire northern American area, I can't speak for all of them, but definitely I can speak for the tri-state area. Okay, I do commend them for their ability to preserve the history of the architecture that build the cities. Because in Miami, when I first moved to Miami looked nothing like what it looks like today. Okay, no skyscrapers. I hated this place. Okay, but within I think 6 years of my moving here, it completely changed. The skyline of Miami is now very, very attractive, with the skyscrapers and everything. So they completely rebuild Miami. Beautiful. But the problem with Florida, at least South Florida, I can't talk much about North Florida. The problem with South Florida is that these people don't believe in preserving architecture. They have a plan. You just see the I don't know what they call those tractors come, tear down, demolish the buildings, and build up new ones. They don't believe in restoration. And I have a problem with that. When I go downtown Miami, it's very few houses that you're like, oh my God, they actually had 2-story wooden houses, because they would save one, for history purposes, and then they would tear down everything else. And instead of learning to restore, I have a serious problem with that approach to architecture in Miami. Okay. So yes, in New York, the outside of these buildings, a lot of them look very nasty, but when you go into an apartment, oh my God, the beauty, the height, of the ceilings are so high, and it's like it's echoey, like within it's echoey. So there is much that can be done with creative people, who are much into preserving the old. There's much that they can do with these buildings. And I have seen such beautiful apartments, from those red brick, old looking, rustic outside. When you go inside, it's like, oh my God, a millionaire lives here. So, my friends, fret not. Mwango has a very determined reason for being here. And it's not about the country's history. It is more about to say she has been here in the United States of America. She says she wants to come to Florida. So why Florida and not California? Well, very simple. She's already got her ties. She's already got everything set up in Florida. Okay? The Mwango is we wonder like, okay, so let's before I turn to that. So we wonder like what could it be? Well, it appears that she does want to go every place that her brother wants to. It doesn't even look like it's so much out of admiration. Why not? Well, the brother made a statement a day or two ago, okay, about telling his sister to come back home to invest. Okay, so what we remember when Ayamara is in the United States, Ayamara tries to save every single penny as possible. I was gonna make a derogatory statement, but I won't. Okay, I won't generalize anybody. So Ayamara was saving pennies. I'm not talking about dollars and $100 bills. He was saving pennies. Okay, that's why he went and he suffered. All right, and he got himself a sponsor because he was saving for his home building project in Nyabuanse, Kenya. But Dee is showing off her spending almost $800 on a stupid camera. And then she thinks it's supposed to make her look rich. Oh, well, I guess if you want to spend right now, you can. Because you know what? I remember when I lived at my father's house and had no bills to pay, I used to go to Harlem every single weekend and get my hair braided for $60. I didn't care. It was my money anyway. I was working and I was making my money, so it was okay. I had my little car, you know. I didn't have a care in the world, you know. I figured I could save later on in life, okay? So I guess that's what she's doing. She's just, for her, it's not important. And she's showing the brother maybe a lesson, you know, about making decisions for her and that she could spend her money as she pleased. And at the same time, she is giving us a distorted picture of the reality. Is New York expensive? Yes, New York is expensive. But she's not teaching those who are following her how to survive if they're coming from a third world country, how to survive in New York. So we saw the hotel prices. They are affordable for her YouTube salary. Okay? Based on the views that she's getting, she can easily pay $150, let's say, a night. Of course, we all who live in the US know $150. It's not like when I go to Haiti. When I go to Haiti, if they tell me that a hotel costs $125, I am going to pay $125. That's what's going to be charged on my credit card. But in the United States, that's not the case. Okay? If a hotel is $150, you will very likely end up paying $220 for that hotel because of taxes and all kinds of crazy things that come along. And then they usually charge you some kind of, I forgot the name that they call it's been over a year since I bothered to go in hotels. I don't like going in hotels. All right. I spent all of 2020. It was hell going in hotels. Oh yeah, the last time I was in hotel was in September when I had to go and take my exam. But some hotels don't charge it, but most hotels, they're going to charge you like in case, you know, something gets lost. So it's usually like the cost of the hotel or something that they're going to put as a hold on your credit card, but then they're going to reverse it back to you when you check out. So hotels, so life is not that expensive, that cheap, which she does say it is expensive, especially you're in New York, okay? It sounded like maybe she was right about the Airbnb, that it was very affordable. Yes, it could be because of the fact that DoubleTree hotel was about $120, you know, prior to taxes and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe her Airbnb, especially since it was in New Jersey. I've never had to stay in hotels in New Jersey. I don't know. I've stayed in hotels in New York. All right, but in New Jersey, I lived at my father's house, and then I went, and at the time things were very affordable anyway. So I never had to worry. It was a time when you could rent a car. I used to rent cars all the time. But anyway, like you were able to rent like sports cars and things like that. Really neat. But those were the days in New Jersey. So yes, New Jersey is cheaper. And then she was saying like there's nothing in New Jersey. Hello, this girl could go clothes shopping in New Jersey where she will get breaks on taxes. In New Jersey, some of the places are very crowded. Hoboken is like 1 square mile. That's the size of Hoboken. So it's a crowded city. A lot of New Jersey City, crowded. Okay, Newark is depressing because I actually lived in Newark. I worked in Newark at the hospital there in downtown Newark. So I used to go to Penn Station all the time. That's how I got my PATH train to go to New York. Okay, and of course, if I wanted to go to visit family, I would drive because it's 45 minutes away from the city, and it's 45 minutes from Newark as well if you take the Palisades. So nonetheless, this girl, I seriously think it's almost like a spite out of her brother, showing her brother she can spend her money as she desire, and at the same time, I think she's confused, as she was like in the naming of the cities, in the United States of America, the difference between the cities, counties, and states. So, but she's not here to meet people. She's not here to meet people. It's almost like I came to the US. But of course, she also said that it was about having the US visa so that she can mobilize as she desires. So there's that into play. So it's a very personal, selfish, or whatever. And in Miami, I guess it's important because she needs to establish the connections, which are very close to her Jamaican family, okay, out in Jamaica. Okay, so this is why she doesn't seem to care about the Hurricane Burley or Beryl. Okay, she doesn't seem to care about our celebrating the 4th of July. Okay, like just a period, like another period or something. Big deal. She doesn't care about meeting people, understanding the culture, the way her brother sort of tried to slightly. All right, but really the way Wodamaya does. Teaching you about the people or in her surroundings. So that's sad. Some people will argue that Dee's oblivion of her environment happened to be because of her shock that, oh my God, I'm actually in the United States. Oh my God, things went so fast and I'm here. And the shock that she's here is almost like she's not feeling it. It's almost like she is numb to the reality that she can't consume it, and that maybe next time, since she says she's coming back. If you made it this far into this video, then you are family indeed. You are my YouTube family indeed, and I thank you. Love ya. Claudine Etienne against colorism. All right. Maybe another time I could delve more about the situation with the counties. Okay. So, because as I said, there was an issue with cities, counties, and state. Okay. Now, the county probably didn't really come up because I don't think she understands that much to even mention counties. But when she comes down here, who knows? You see, nowadays they call Miami-Dade County, okay, which harbors all of the cities in Florida, and that includes Coral Gables, Coconut Grove, Brickell, North Miami Beach, Carol City, a whole bunch of cities. Okay, so they divide the state within counties, and they divide the counties into cities. Basically, that's what it is. But when it comes to South Florida, which is Miami, okay, it used to be called Dade County. It wasn't called Miami-Dade, as they call it now, Miami-Dade County. When I was a teenager, this place used to be called Dade County. But I remember like this used to happen a lot with the Haitian immigrants, I don't know about the Spanish immigrants, they probably made the same mistake, because then the state decided, okay, we're just going to change this and call it Miami-Dade County instead of Dade County, because so many people are coming into the U.S., into Miami as part of Love Entry, and they were mixing up the city of Miami with the county of Dade. So they would call the entire thing Dade. And I'm sorry, they didn't even know Dade. I didn't know Dade when I was a teenager, because I used to visit here since my mother had planned to move down here at some point. So, I didn't really understand. I understand that I grew up in what is called Rockland County, but I didn't understand Dade County because everybody was calling it Miami. So then they changed the name from Dade County to Miami-Dade County. So that's the history of Miami. It used to be called Dade County. And in Dade County, you have many cities, among which are Miami. And Miami is not the only Miami in the Americas. You have in Delaware, the state of Delaware, also have a city called Miami. Okay, so within counties or cities. That wasn't really a point, but I just thought I would explain it. Guys, thank you so much for watching Coordinating Against Colorism. I know this had nothing to do with colorism today, but at least I enjoyed doing my reactions on D. Especially she's here. I don't know if she's really gonna come to Miami, but she probably will, because of the fact that we know Esther has people here, so she probably has everything arranged. She probably doesn't have people in California, so it would be best to come here before she moves on to her exploration of South America. So, once again, my YouTube family, have a great one. God bless.